A very good afternoon, ma'am. First of all, on behalf of College Dunia, let me extend a hearty welcome to you. Thank you so much for sparing your valuable time towards the Thoughts on Education initiative.
My pleasure.
Ma'am, you have held key positions at education institutes throughout your professional career. Ma'am, what are the
Yes.
key factors that keep you connected with the education sector in particular?
See, I do remember when I started with my career, I started as a professional because I opted for textiles and clothing as a master's subject. And I still remember that time I started with my small industry. Later on, I got an opportunity to work as a head of the department because people realized that there are no qualified teachers available, especially in this sector. If you will compare engineering, architecture, or regular streams, that started way back. And if you will consider formal fashion education in India, it started almost during 90s, or maybe degree program also. If you will see, NIFT started in 1986, and that too it was diploma they used to offer. If you will see, a lot of industry professionals were available, but to connect industry and education was also important that time. And I think that was a big challenge. And I really thought that that will give me an opportunity of having better connect with education line in the field of fashion. I think that was the start, and that was the thought, like. And you will see that even at present, many fashion institutes, they do not have qualified principals because the qualification does not, the education itself has started very late. Formal education, I mean to say. And I think it is going to be still a challenge for at least next 5 to 6 years to get qualified. There are people who are getting PhDs and getting into fashion education, but according to me, a blend of profession and education is very important, especially in the field of fashion. And there I really find this very challenging, and I think I will continue with this for few more years.
Right, ma'am. Ma'am, as a principal of SOFT, what is your philosophy of leadership? How would you describe your leadership style?
We belongs to a legacy of 125 years old organization, that is Maharshi Karve Stri Shikshan Sanstha. Now, when Maharshi started this, only I think he is a very great leader because he thought of empowerment of women. He thought that even if a one girl child gets educated, in the entire home is uplifted with the educational background. Definitely there are improvements and things are changing, but empowerment, human empowerment aspect is very important. And I think a good leader will always have empowered staff with him, because if you have a team which is really capable, if you make your team capable and with full of capacities, I think your organization grows very well. And as a leadership, I always plan that I always feel that success of team members, it depends on the team members success. I mean, the success of the leader is depends on team members success, and you should have a very very strong team along with you to take the mission and vision ahead. Hello.
Right, ma'am. Ma'am, as the leader of SOFT, how do you strategize about the key programs and plans for the marketing and administration of your institute?
Just now I told that we belongs to non-profit organization, that is public charitable trust. The funds for marketing are not very encouraging in we compare our marketing policies along with the competitors. But as a whole, we consider word of mouth as a very big marketing tool, because if your alumni is really strong, if your uh, college philosophy or institution philosophy, it revolves around empowering your students with good career options, I think that creates a good word of mouth, and that gives you recognition. Now every year we do have some marketing budgets. Every year we take this survey of our students who come and join School of Fashion Technology, and the survey showcased that the maximum percentage goes to the area where people give more importance for word of mouth. And I think that should be there because it endorses your quality. And the person who actually explains or express her own experience of the institute, that has got a better value also and better standing also. I think digital marketing is a very good tool that we believe in rather than print media, and hence we always emphasize on digital marketing, and that too we keep on posting our developments rather than very specific advertisements.
Right, ma'am. Ma'am, how does the curriculum or course structures at SOFT ensure the best practice of the industry? Or in other words, how do you get your students to be industry ready?
If you will see fashion industry, now it is global. That is, it is global also, and it is local also. If you will see that post quota policy demolishing, that is after 2005, it was really challenging for India to go ahead with design capacities, because till then we were only having a background of manufacturing, and even people used to have more opportunities, job opportunities in production rather than designing. But if you will see after post quota policy demolishing, it is India's retail started flourishing, and the designers could get better job opportunities. At the same time, many international brands started step into India, and they started looking at India as a future market. I think this itself has created a strong opportunity for Indian students pursuing fashion education. The only thing is certain aspects which we need to improve upon. Number one is research, where we little lag behind. Such kind of things we need to have in our curriculum. And I think as I discussed that global education that provides opportunity for students in India as well as abroad is the focus of our education. And this is how we have strong connect of our crafts also, and we have a strong connect of international organizations also, whether it is international institute or it is international industry.
Right, ma'am. Ma'am, what is your opinion on the new education policy introduced this year, and how do you think it will benefit the students, especially in the fashion line or the fashion sector?
I think the previous education system was more focused on personal development, that is especially in respect with profession. But now this education policy, it believes in holistic growth of a candidate, which is very, very important. Now, when we talk about holistic, it has got a very wide meaning or very broader spectrum, which we as an educational provider should take into account. If you will see educational policy, it also has it also mentions about blended education. Have you heard of this blended education terminology? Blended education is, like a part of education maybe conducted in institute, a part of education will be conducted in industry, or there might be certain policies where the techniques will get blended, the technology will get blended. A part of education will take place at rural areas, a part of education will take place with technology backup. So such kind of blending is very, very essential and important. As a whole, this policy believes in sustainable development of student. If you will see that quality is very important in this policy, quality of organization or quality of learning and teaching, overall quality matters a lot. And I think it also talks about conscious and cultural approach that contributes towards sustainable development of any person and any organization. If you will see the background of School of Fashion Technology, in the year 2013, we started Consortium of Green Fashion, which emphasizes on responsible fashion, environmental concerns, social concerns, cultural concerns. And I think from that time onwards, we really started giving importance to all these aspects. Ultimately, when we talk about quality, it is not what a student is delivering, but whether a student will also be a responsible citizen is also a matter of this policy, and all these factors are been well considered. Rather, we all are practicing all these things right from the beginning. So it's a part of our culture.
Right, ma'am. Ma'am, what do you think should be the institute's top priority over the next 10 years?
Next 10 years, see, if you will see at present, we all are, we could see a very sudden change, right? And every person is now, struggling out to find out new policies. Now, back to roots is very important. If you will see, everyone is talking about this strong policy that is back to roots. We already have a very strong connect with our roots for many years, and we are strengthening those roots with maybe, like the term, if you have heard, that blended education. We are strengthening our roots with technology. We are trying to strengthening our roots with social innovations, with maybe, design innovations that is going to play a key role in the next 10 years as a person, as a professional. So this is very important for everyone, that they should have a very, very strong connect to their own roots. And as a responsible citizen, as a responsible educator, you need to groom this new generation to understand the importance of their roots. That is going to be a very important task, because we have been driven away with so many materialistic lives and, like philosophies. It is very different time that everyone is facing. We don't know what is going to be the outcome of that. But still, our roots are really strong, and we need to strengthen them. We need to stick to it, and we need to really practice them with very high proud feeling. And such kind of policies or responsibilities we are going to take to make or to groom our new generation, who will respect for its culture, who will respect for its roots. And definitely the fashion business is also going to revolve around such things. So as technology is important, even our culture and roots are important. There are so many good practices that we have to really study the scientific reasons behind it. I think all these things matters a lot for next 10 years. And ultimately, we should be first a responsible citizen, a responsible professional. It is going to make an impact in the entire business of fashion.
Ma'am, what are some of the plans or strategies that you are currently designing or will be designing in near future for SOFT's international affairs or international students?
If we see international presence, we are already a member of IFTI, that is International Foundation of Fashion Technology Institute, for past many years. Now it also has a India chapter, and we are also active member of India chapter. Especially if we see that for next maybe like 10 years, or maybe whatever we are going to look at ourselves at international level, we have already started participating in competitions. Our students are getting good rewards and awards. That makes us confident that our students are at the level of international quality parameters. And that again, like we need to make our research very, very strong. That is going to be our next responsibility, and rather next planning. The research incubation center we have recently developed, and it really has come out very nicely. It has got so many sections. It also has a section of technology. It also has got a section of crafts, and we are also developing our own entrepreneurship programs to maybe to make more and more entrepreneurs to face the international challenges, to give them presence on the international level, because our industry is doing very well. But if you will see our designers, there are very few designers who are getting international presence. So our policy will be, to stand in the international market through our own representatives, that is our students. So we are going to empower our students in such way that they will shine in the international fashion scenario. They will prove themselves, and that is going to be a big challenge in front of us.
Wonderful, ma'am. Ma'am, what are some of the biggest challenges that you see, both for the higher education sector in general and for School of Fashion Technology specifically?
Higher education now, you mean to say in fashion area or in general?
Ma'am, let's focus on the fashion area since that is your area of specialization.
Yes, I think quality education. When we talk about quality education, people just think that, okay, fine. If a person is getting a job of, say, 20 lakhs package or 25 lakhs package, or maybe, big packages, then that is considered as a success of the organization. But I think besides that, there are many more aspects which are very important. And because we have experienced that our industry has failed to cope up with responsibilities, environmental responsibilities, social responsibilities. So if you will consider that if we are developing our own human resource, that should be really groomed as a responsible citizen, as a responsible profession. And that is very, very important according to me, rather than this. And there, like that connectivity of responsibility to the education is very important. Like, I will give you an example that whenever artisans come, they have to demonstrate certain things sitting on the floor. So we make our students sit on the floor. We make them owe the respect because the skills, the knowledge they have, we don't have. So such kind of responsibilities are also very, very important, and we have to groom our students to inculcate all those. So here I think education is, the attitude in children is a very big problem, and it is a problem because of the education quality. The way you educate the new generation, they should not have attitude, or they should be groomed with right attitude. So such kind of things are very, very important. Secondly, you should respect to your own roots for its skills, and you should try to practice all those. I think that connect, especially in fashion education, is missing. Sometimes people feel, no, I will hire people and I can be the designer, but until and unless you practice it, you don't understand the real gist of it, and which is really important. Overall, when we talk about the quality of work, we are more into copying rather than going for research and developing our own or innovating our own ideas. It is, we just take the forecast, which is ready solutions, and we try to do, make few changes and we come up with our collections. No, your collections should be research oriented, and research is lacking in fashion education because we want everything very fast, immediate, and instant. So that makes everyone, and where people are ready with all kind of spoons. So we have to take a sip of it and we have to present ourselves. No, there has to be a proper research approach. And I think a person who will have a background of research, a background of responsibility, a background of good qualification, they will always be successful in their career life.
Absolutely, ma'am. Ma'am, what is that one thing that you would like people on the outside to know about School of Fashion Technology that they might not know?
We have got very strong linkages with our artisans and with our fashion industry, because sometimes people are connected either with artisans, sometimes people are connected with fashion industry. It is not that we are just connected, but we have been stimulator to connect industry with artisan, which is very important. Like sometimes you are just connected with the craft or artisans, but you are not giving them right opportunities to get connected with industry in a healthy way. And we have been struggling for it for past more than 10 years, and there are so many examples that we would like to portray. With this, our students they could get an exposure that how successful industry can be when a person takes up a responsibility and they work with the whole sustainable approach towards it, and they get into those shoes where they mold the entire industry to make them understand the importance of sustainable fashion, and the industry accepts it. So such kind of examples are also there. We have very good examples where our own alumni have created a wonderful job opportunities for the next batches, and they are a very successful entrepreneurs. If you will see from educational background, very few fashion industries, fashion institutes have gone for NAC accreditation. If you will see the first question you had asked, that professional and educational blend is very important. So here also NAC is very important authority to endorse the quality, and we take pride to announce that we have got A grade, which has been conferred by NAC. Now, we are known for our sustainable fashion initiatives in fashion, for our recycling projects, for our upcycling projects, grooming designers to source green materials, not necessarily only maybe environmental concern. There are so many other things which are connected, but all these things are very, very important. We are encouraging our staff for higher and higher education. We train them for that. We give them very good international exposure. Every staff member here has to travel abroad, has to experience different industries, has to experience different modules from various big organizations. So such kind of exposure is been given to our staff. Even students get an opportunity to participate in very big international competitions, and for that our team takes a lot of effort to groom or to make these people, to face these challenges. So such kind of things are there. Definitely SOFT is known for its state of art infrastructure, and the best part of it is everywhere parents are really worried about the safety of their daughter, and we have rather, our entire MKSSS is known for giving safe campus for their students, giving proper facilities that makes them confident to face the challenges. We also train them to face various social issues, and all these things are really important. The best part of it is whenever we offer fashion or whenever parents approach us during our CET, we keep grooming sessions, whether the candidate will get an opportunity to get the admission in SOFT or not. But we give all the parents right grooming about the career opportunities available in fashion industry, and do's and don'ts, because sometimes people feel that it is just a matter of glamour, and we really make them aware that it is not glamour, it is also hard work, and industry is doing very well. Few industries are known for their policies. So such kind of such kind of grooming sessions are being conducted by us every time, every year, for all parents, irrespective whether their daughter is taking admission to our institute or not. The most important thing here is this is the ethos of MKSSS, that is women empowerment is very big, and we really are keen to make our new generation really empowered in every aspect. So these are the features I would like to talk about. I don't know whether everyone knows, because this is more one-to-one or maybe personal experience based activities.
Right, ma'am. Ma'am, before we wind up this interview, ma'am, are there any suggestions or advice that you would like to give to the current youth and the aspiring students?
I think skills are very important, and sometimes we feel that there are just as I told in the earlier question also, instant things like I will be able to draw with using computer as a tool, or I will keep some illustrators in my company and I will make them draws, but I don't want to learn this. I don't like this. I don't know. If they want to learn fashion, they have to respect the skill. They have to respect the skill workers also. Like sometimes I have seen that when you start with your own industry, or when you step into industry, you feel that you being a designer, all those who are very high skilled laborers or workforce, they all are under you. No, they have achieved all those high skills with immense effort, so you have to respect those. And this owing a respect to your culture, owing a respect to your nation, owing a respect to your profession is very important thing. And that starts with giving respect to your parents, which I have seen, people are not respecting parents to that extent nowadays. So all these things are very interconnected, because automatically their attitude will change, their behavior will change. And even if they lack somewhere, if they have got good attitude and good behavioral pattern, the higher authorities will support them to become maybe confident, or to become a better professional. And such kind of things are matters a lot, rather than, definitely there is a lot of competition, and with one mark either they lose or they win. But it is very important that irrespective which institute you get, what kind of efforts you put in is also very important. It is not that you're only the institution is going to make your career. It is you yourself are responsible to make your own career. So your approach, your attitude is going to be very important. Please stick to your root. Please respect your roots. And I think this is very important for everyone.
Right, ma'am. Ma'am, so once again, thank you so much for sparing your valuable time towards the Thoughts on Education initiative. Ma'am, I'm sure that the thoughts you've shared today will be deeply insightful and motivational to students past, present, and future. Thank you so much, ma'am.
Thank you, Jobin.